Hi everyone, welcome back to Successful Small Service Contracting. I'm Scott, and today I want to talk to you about the secrets to starting and running a successful single operator contracting or service business. Today I'm going to let you in on the things that make the biggest differences in being successful in the service and contracting business. Please, before we get started, please nail that subscribe button and ring the bell to keep this kind of information coming your way. I'd love for you to subscribe because I create all kinds of small business content for you to start or even jumpstart your own business. So, okay, here we go. First is you got to have your startup funding secure. Now, you may not know it, but you already have the money to properly start your new business. It may not be sitting in your wallet, but there are so many ways to get the money if you're serious about getting out on your own in your own business. My students average 2 to 4 months between getting their new business started and stable where their earnings are supporting their business. Every business entity is different, but the service and contracting business is fairly inexpensive to start. Following my system, you'll be making money from the start, but I would recommend having a credit card that you can fall back on should you need it. Why not have Plan B? You can also sell a couple of toys that you have. Now, sorry, didn't mean to get personal there. But no worries. You'll be able to afford them again tenfold once you're stable in your business. And you can see my video on funding your startup for a ton more ideas on the subject. I'll put that in the I'll put a link to it in the subjects. Next is to take the small jobs. No job is too small because these are the type of jobs that you're looking for in a single operator concept. You'll have a minimum charge because you have to make an expert job to make ends meet. You can't just go out there willy-nilly. As a contractpreneur, you have calculated your overhead and profit, and even the smallest job must meet that, or you can't do it for the client. The client that understands this is considered your ideal client. The trade-off to the client is they are getting the best of the best, and they'll pay what it costs to get you there to help them. Again, as you build your reputation as the best in town, your ideal clients will pay the extra cost of doing business with you. Have confidence in this. Plus, the small jobs let the client get to know you, and they will keep you in mind for the bigger ones. Next is realize that not everyone is your client. You may think this is a bit weird, but if you're just starting out, you got to keep in mind, not every human being walking with a wallet is your client. You might work for that person, but he's not your ideal client. As mentioned earlier, you have to make an expert job to make the business wheels go round and round. You'll find people calling and asking about your services who are just looking for the cheapest service or contracted person. Their idea of a fair wage may differ with reality in today's business world and economy. Your ideal client wants to be treated fair, of course, but understands there's a cost for your services that enables you to be in business years and years from now. Next is go the extra mile. It builds trust and it gets good word-of-mouth referrals for you. Always look for little things that you can do for your client that doesn't cost you much money or time. For example, bring in the trash can back from the house from the driveway. Lubricate the sticky front door handle that you noticed when the client lets you in. Ask if you can change a light bulb that's in a hard to reach spot to get your, if your profession requires ladders. They may not have one, so you'll be the hero. Do you see the kids playing in the yard? Throw the ball for them as you walk back and forth from your service vehicle. Be sure to be friendly with their animals and write their names down in the client's file for your next time. Kids' names too. You might as well get to know them. You're creating a profile of yourself with this client that they will never forget. This is the best marketing there is that money cannot buy. Okay? Next is look the part. If you're just another sloppily dressed service provider or contractor, you have a lot of company. Dress professionally. Have your uniforms of your choice fitted to you. There's no certain uniform for any certain job, but it should be comfortable. Easily clean and stylish. Keep your hair trimmed and clean. If you have a beard, it should be trimmed and neat. Stocking the parts, pieces, and supplies to accomplish your services helps you twofold. One, you're able to mark up those parts and supplies to create a profit center that you're not killing your body for. Two, you're able to get the jobs done quickly because you have the materials with you, and you don't need to run to the hardware store or home center to get the job done. Next is knowing your operating costs and your desired profit margin and base your prices on that. Basing your price on what the guy down the street charges or taking a wild-ass guess to what you think you should be your price to do your work is a dead-end game. This is the exact reason so many new businesses go out of business quickly. You have to base it on your particular business costs of doing business. It's not rocket science. I can help you get the exact numbers you need to be confident you'll be profitable and be able to consistently make your salary. My Contractpreneur Profit Calculator and Choices Menu Pricing series is exactly what the doctor orders for this. Next is know when to say no. Operating as a single operator, you have to be aware that the bigger jobs can cover you up and you'll not be able to get to the more lucrative smaller jobs. Yes, the smaller jobs are by far more lucrative than the larger jobs. In this scenario, you're a plumber and you advertise for the small repairs like toilet rebuilds and clogged drains that pay killer money, and you can easily do several of them yourself each day. You're killing it financially every day with these repairs for the most part. Then the phone stops ringing for a few days, except for a fellow that wants a bathroom remodel. And you're tempted to do it because you're slow, okay? It's a tough call. What if the calls don't come in and you don't have the quick, well-paying jobs that you're used to? Do you take on the bathroom remodel to fill in the time to keep the cash flow coming in? Now you could do that, but keep this in mind. The larger jobs don't pay well generally, and I recommend sticking to your business plan of single operator small jobs. Instead of taking on that bathroom remodel and working for pennies, work on your targeted marketing to get that phone ringing again. You want to concentrate every day on the jobs that pay you the most and you most enjoy doing. That's important also. This is a confidence that you'll build as time goes by that, everything is going to be all right. Look at my old school marketing magic series to help you with that. I'll put a link to it in the comments. It's guaranteed to give your marketing program a kick in the keister that it needs. Next is set yourself up to take all forms of payments. I hear from my students all the time that they would just really rather take cash and checks. It's just simpler, they say, and safer too. And while that's true to a certain extent for sure, it's unrealistic in today's business world. For those of you that offer emergency service like plumbers and HVAC and electrical, water remediation and such, your ability to accept credit cards is critical to your business success because many times the client wasn't expecting an emergency repair and they'll need to use a credit card to pay for the unexpected repair. Or possibly the client only gets paid once per month and the credit card's a bridge for the service that you're providing. Then there's the client that wants to charge the repair solely to get the points that get some bonuses like airline miles and cashback types of thing. I was at a flea market recently and a seemingly intelligent fellow was there selling kites. More kites than you could ever imagine. Every shape and configuration. And as I was browsing for my kite, I heard him very nicely tell 3 different potential clients that, no, sorry, he did not take credit cards. Those 3 walked away without buying. Have you bought a quality kite lately? They run from $25 to $60 depending on how intricate they are. So let's say his average sale is $35. He let $105 walk all within minutes because he didn't want to take the instant money with no risk other than what the credit card services charge, which averages 2.5%. I mean, it would have cost him a whole $2.50. He would have net $102.50. This is ridiculous in my opinion. You're not going to hear this next part anywhere else, so listen carefully. If you are quoting a larger job in your particular business and you feel that the credit card fee is going to be large enough for concern to the profitability of the job, add it to the cost of the job without a line item. Just work it in. You really never know how a client will pay, and if they indeed pay with the check or cash, use integrity and be honest and discount the job what you would have spent on the fees. It is unprofessional to say that that you're going to add on a percentage of the fee if they just use a credit card. Just plan on them using it and adjust if you need. I don't understand the complaint about taking credit cards. Yeah, the credit card companies charge you to accept them. Of course, they're a business too. The average percentage these days is 2.5%. You're paying too much if you're paying more. Any less seems to be kind of a scam from the provider in my experience. Use SquareUp.com and use my account to get the best deal, and I'll link to that in the comments below. With their services, you can take Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express for the same low percentage. I've shopped this to death, and you can save a ton of time using them. And of course, PayPal is another form that you might want to look into. Next is add products that you can recommend. Recommending and selling products along with your services is a great way to increase your profit margins without killing your body. I spoke earlier of your markup on everyday materials and supplies that you use in the course of performing your job or services, so of course that's one of them. But what if you could sell something besides your normal parts and pieces? You certainly build a trust with your clients over time. If you follow the Contractpreneur way, they know that you're different and you can be trusted. Here's some ideas. An HVAC person could offer air cleaning equipment. An electrician could offer a product that protects the home from lightning strikes. A plumber could offer a product that protects the home from flood damage while they're away. A housekeeper could offer to clean using a moldicide product. A landscaper could offer to exterminate for bugs as an add-on for them. An auto detailer could offer tire rotation and oil changes as a service. Use your trusted position with your clients to offer products that they could really use or are paying someone else to do for them. Get creative and reap the benefits. Next is create your subcontractor network. Operating as a single operator is extremely rewarding. Your overhead is low, you have no employee problems or costs, and life is pretty damn good. However, being a single operator doesn't mean you won't need some help at some point. Your most important subcontractors are the people that you hire to help you with the overflow of work so that you either don't have time to do or don't want to do. So rather than turning it down, you sub it out. So let me paint this scenario. One of your clients asks if you know anyone that can install a fence for them. They trust you and they feel that you would know people they can trust, and it's very true. Because you've already vetted a fence contractor and he is the best there is, you get the quote from him, mark the job up to suit your requirements, you quote the client with the price, collect the deposit, and you hire the fence man to do the job. In your vetting process, which is vetting is a heavy background check and a deep interview, you've explained to the fence contractor how you operate. The job you're recommending is for him is your job. He is simply supplying the labor and equipment to install the job. All the money runs through you, and any changes to the job have to be approved through you. The client can't ask the subcontractor for other work. It has to go through you. Normally, these subcontractors are very good at what they do, but marketing for work isn't one of them. You're an expert because you've learned the Contractpreneur way of keeping more work coming in than you can realistically do. So as you can see, if the subcontractor follows your rules, this is a great thing for everyone involved. The client has someone they can trust to oversee the job. The subcontractor's working and loving not having to deal with the client. You're bringing in a nice percentage on the job for running it, and you haven't killed your body for the money. Now, I've condensed this for the sake of time, but see my hiring subcontractors video for the whole scoop on this little gem, and I'll link to that also in the comments. Next is learn to communicate with clients. Be a great communicator. Contractors and service providers tend to be an elusive bunch. For example, many have the attitude that the client will just figure it out. A landscaper or a concrete man, who neither one can work in the rain, will not call the client and let them know that they won't be there today because, hey, everybody knows it's going to rain today. Wrong. Cover your client up with communication. It takes 5 minutes to call the client and let them know that due to the rain today, you won't be there, and it probably will take a few days to dry out before you can start the job again. It's a common courtesy, folks, and if you're the courteous one, you'll go very far. And a lot of times, they've already came up with something else for you to do. Might have something that you can do while it's raining. Another communication flaw is job start times. Contractors and service people know damn well when they're running behind. Sometimes days ahead, but they won't let the client know what's going on until 15 minutes after they said they would be there. And then they tell the client it'll still be a couple of days before they get there. This is unacceptable. Be the one who's different with this reputation problem that racks the industry. You'll never lose a client. Next is save for the future. Plan for the long term. As your business and confidence grows, you'll see that suddenly you have quite a bit more money on hand than you're used to. What to do? Spend it? Yeah, sure, go wild. That is, as soon as you have 1 year's worth of operating capital in the bank and $100,000 in your personal savings account. Be smart with your money. You will now have the money to buy that vehicle that is a super deal since you have cash. You now have the money to put a large down payment on your dream home, keeping your payments low. There are by far more benefits to being a single operator than not, but body burnout is real. We can't stop aging, so be smart with your money when your body says it's time to stop or slow down. See my video on becoming a true millionaire to see an example of what to do with newfound extra money, and I will again I'll link to that in the comments. Next is choose your legal business entity. Never start a business as a sole proprietorship, which can result in your personal assets being at risk for the debts and liabilities of the business. You'll almost always want to start the business as a S corporation, which gives you favorable flow through tax treatment. A C corporation or a limited liability company is also a good one. None of these are particularly expensive or difficult to set up. Okay. Next is focus on marketing. Be a serial marketer. Take every opportunity to market your business. Let everyone you know what you do for a living. Always have business cards on you. Insert your cards in your local utility bill envelope. Leave a card with your server at the restaurant. Leave your cards in the hardware store or wherever you get your supplies. I've had great success with a weather-resistant card holder on my service vehicle. Knock on doors. Talk to real estate agents if they can help, and see if they can help with your business. Anything you can think of to get your phone ringing. You may want to see my video, Old School Marketing Magic, for more on really inexpensive but highly effective marketing tips. And, as you guessed it, I will link to that in the comments. Well, that's it, folks, and I hope this has helped you. I've enjoyed putting it together for you. Let me know how I can help you further. Just send me an email at scott@contractpreneur.com or leave a comment and question in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here.